Okay guys, I told you all that our new unit was going to be called the laws of exponents. And we're going to start off today with law number one. Okay, I'm hoping you have some notes. I hope you'll pause and read what you see right here on the screen. This is law number one. I'd love for you to write this down so you don't always have to come back to the video. The first law I'm going to show you today, and it's going to be really quick. It's probably the easiest one. It's just something to remember. I'm going to show you why it works, but I'm basically just going to kind of give it to you. It would be much easier if we were in class to do this, but I'm just going to do it real quickly. This is called the zero exponent law. What it says is any number except zero, it doesn't work for zero, any number except zero to the power of zero is 1. So right here you see any number, we use a variable, a to the 0 is 1. For example, 11 to the 0 power equals 1. This is what you have to remember. Just keep this in your mind. Anything to the 0 power is 1. It doesn't matter. -6, 49, 2,751,000, pi. Anything to the 0 power except for 0 is 1. School buses to the 0 power are 1. Pizza to the 0 power is 1. Anything to the 0 power is 1. I'm going to just show you why really quickly, why it works. So I'll do an example. I'll just write it down. I'll just write a couple of down. A -11 to the 0 power is 1. 41 to the 0 power is 1. Everything to the 0 power is 1. And this is why. I'm going to show you really quickly why it works and why intuitively this is the case. So let's take an easy one that we could do. I'm going to start right here. I'm going to have 2 to the 0 power here. So then I'm going to have 2 to the first power, 2 to the second power, 2 to the third power, okay? 2 to the fourth power. Now, I'm going to write down what each one of these means. We know that 2 to the first power is 2. 2 to the second power is 2 times 2, which is 4. 2 to the third power is 2 times 2 times 2 is 8. 2 to the fourth power is 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 is 16. Now, if you notice, as we're going up, as we go up, we're just multiplying by another 2. Well, let's think about that. What if we were going down? What if we were working backwards? So if I went up here, that would show me that 2 to the fourth, to go from 2 to the fourth to 2 to the third, if I'm going backwards, down here I was multiplying 2, that means I'm dividing by 2. Going from 2 to the third to 2 to the second, it's 8 divided by 2 is 4. Going from 2 squared, which is 4, from 2 to the first, which is 2, I'm dividing by 2. So that's the pattern of exponents. We're multiplying by 2, multiplying by the base, multiplying by the base, multiplying by the base as we go up. As we go down, we're dividing by 2. Every time we decrease one of the exponents, we divide by 2. So 16 divided by 2 is 8, divided by 2 is 4, divided by 2. Well, let's use that for going to 2 divided by 2 to the 0 power. If I keep the pattern, 2 divided by 2 is 1. Well, let's look at that here. Does that fit our pattern at the bottom? Is 1 times 2 times 2 times 2. That works. 1 times 2 is 2. So that fits into the pattern. Well, it works for 2. Let's see if that works for, say, let's use 3. So we have 3 to the 0 power, 3 to the first, 3 to the second, 3 to the third, 3 to the fourth power. So let's check. 3 to the first power is 3. 3 to the second power is 9. We did times 3. Times 3. 3 to the third power is 27. Times 3 81. Well, going backwards, are we dividing by 3 every time? Yes. 81 divided by 3 is 27. 27 divided by 3 is 9. 9 divided by 3 is 3. Well, keep the pattern going. Divide by 3. That means 3 to the 0 is 1. 1 times 3 is 3. So it doesn't matter what number we use, that pattern is going to work, which proves, and which we will always say, anything, any number to the 0 power equals 1, except for a cannot be 0. A cannot be 0. Any number besides 0 to the 0 power equals 1. I showed you why, but this is just a really simple rule you need to understand. If you look at today's 4 problems, you're basically just going to have to answer some multiple choice questions about the 0 power rule. If you have any questions, make sure you contact me on Google Classroom.